Prince Harry and Meghan Markle appear to have backed themselves into a brand corner 2 years after their exit from the firm, according to a royal commentator. Upon announcing their commercial deal with video streaming platform Netflix, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex said in September 2020 they wanted to create inspiring, uplifting and informative content. However, journalist Daniela Elzer noted the pair have so far announced only a handful of projects for the entertainment giant and released only a biographical docu-series including damaging allegations against the palace and some of their royal relatives. The content of the Harry and Meghan documentary, paired with many of the interviews and public appearances done by the Sussexes over the past months, have painted a very specific image of the Duke and Duchess, Ms. Elzer said, which may be difficult for them to now shake off. In a comment piece for the New Zealand Herald, the columnist wrote, "Take away their titles, take away their palace ties, take away their claims of royal racism and a callous indifference to their suffering, and is what is left that attractive a proposition to, say, Netflix? Bigger picture, the Sussexes would seem to be in something of a bind. Their entire public image and business output to have thus far been founded on their royal refugee status, understandable given it was their most valuable commodity when they arrived in the US and suddenly found the royal money teat had gone dry, including having to pay for their security." After saying that the match between Netflix, voracious for content, and the Sussexes, who needed money, appeared made in heaven, Ms. Elzer added, "Except more than 2 years on, it feels a bit like Harry and Meghan have backed themselves into a brand corner and today they are not defined in the public imagination by their humanitarian work but by their willingness to pillory the royal family, at times with a large check attached." Just days after the debut of Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess announced Live to Lead, a documentary focused on leaders who left a mark in the world. Follow this live blog for updates on the royal family key events. Meghan and Prince Harry backed into brand corner 2 years after signing Netflix deal. A27 in 48 Mins 13:38 Alice Scarcy. King Charles leaves door open for Prince Harry in new olive branch after apology plea. The monarch is keeping the door open for Prince Harry, it has been claimed. However, Buckingham Palace won't be drawn into a constant tit-for-tat over the issues raised by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex in their documentary released by Netflix earlier this month. Appearing on the Mail Plus's Palace Confidential program, royal correspondent Rebecca English said, "The King has made a very conscious decision that this is his son, he loves him. He's not going to respond and the door is always there and is open for him, but you've got to ask yourself, how much can one man take?" Read the full story here. 25 minutes ago. 12:25 Alice Scarcy. Kate declined invitation to Sandringham Christmas after giving William major ultimatum. Tina Brown, author of the best-selling biography The Palace Papers, previously claimed that Prince William invited his then-girlfriend Kate to a Christmas party at Sandringham in 2006. She wrote in the book, Before Graduation? From the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst, William had issued his girlfriend the coveted invitation to join him at the Queen's annual Christmas house party at Sandringham. Kate, reflecting the confident mood of her Philip Treacy hat, maintained her resolve that she would not go to such a significant royal family gathering unless she had a ring on her finger. Ms. Brown added, she declined. William met her decision with silence. Read the full story here. 1 hour ago. 11:23 Alice Scarcy. Shock as King Charles throws Prince Andrew out of Buckingham Palace. Prince Andrew, 62, will no longer be allowed to have an office at Buckingham Palace or to use the palace as a corresponding address, it has been claimed. As a result, the few staff retained at Buckingham Palace after the Duke of York stepped down from frontline royal duties 3 years ago could now face redundancy. A source told The Sun, any presence at the palace is officially over. The king has made it clear. He isn't a working royal. He's on his own. Read the full story here. 2 hours ago 10:23 Alice Scarcy. Meghan Markle accused of running for Best Actress as Netflix series acting torn apart. Niall Gardner, a Washington-based foreign policy expert and royal family enthusiast, has accused the Duchess of Sussex of putting her acting skills to the best possible use in the Harry and Meghan docu-series released by Netflix earlier this month. He told Express.co.uk, "This documentary series has very much been the Meghan Markle show. She is literally acting throughout all of the interviews she is shown doing. Prince Harry is the best supporting actor to Meghan's starring role. What we have really seen is Hollywood fiction, with Meghan running for Best Actress. At points in the documentary series, especially in the early part, Harry looks thoroughly bored and doesn't look overly comfortable with a lot of what Meghan is saying. Meghan is in complete control and Harry's role is to serve her. The whole thing is a truly bizarre episode in filmmaking." Read the full story here. 4 hours ago 09:16 Alice Scarcy. Picture from King's Christmas speech unveiled. Buckingham Palace released a picture taken while King Charles was filming his first ever Christmas broadcast. Filmed in the choir at St George's Chapel, the speech will likely feature tributes to his mother Queen Elizabeth II, who died in September. In the snap, the monarch smiles while wearing a blue suit and tie. The King's Christmas speech will be televised at 3 p.m. on Christmas Day. Read the full story here. 4 hours ago 08:27 Alice Scarcy. Meghan and Prince Harry backed into Brand Corner 2 years after signing Netflix deal. Commentator Daniela Elzer analysed the content announced and released in the past 2 years by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. "The pair," she said, "have so far portrayed their story and struggles, but they now are reportedly looking at the future beyond their family drama." However, Ms. Elzer believes the pair have backed into a corner with their previous interviews and releases and created an image of themselves as royal refugees rather than global humanitarians. She wrote in a column for the New Zealand Herald, "Take away their titles, take away their palace ties, take away their claims of royal racism and a callous indifference to their suffering, and is what is left that attractive a proposition to, say, Netflix? Bigger picture, the Sussexes would seem to be in something of a bind. Their entire public image and business output too have thus far been founded on their royal refugee status, understandable given it was their most valuable commodity when they arrived in the US and suddenly found the royal money teat had gone dry, including having to pay for their security. It seemingly had not occurred to them that British taxpayers would not be chuffed about paying to protect two people who had no official status and lived 8,500 kilometers away from London. They needed money. Netflix had a voracious appetite for content. It seemed to be a match made in producing heaven. Except more than 2 years on, it feels a bit like Harry and Meghan have backed themselves into a brand corner, and today they are not defined in the public imagination by their humanitarian work but by their willingness to pillory the royal family, at times with a large check attached.